Good afternoon and welcome to installment number 2 of Jesse Day Trade. Today I'm going to talk a little bit more about the specific strategy that my wife and I are using in our trading portfolio. One of the big things that we have been dialing into lately is our stop loss parameters. And essentially, what we've boiled it down to is the plan is to keep any particular trade loss limit at no more than roughly 4 to 5%, or at least in that general range. Obviously, the last trade, as you saw in the last video, we lost over 11%. So that obviously wasn't good. But in general, we want to try to keep our losses to around the 4 to 5% range. And there's a few things that are driving that decision. One of them is I'm going to pull up on ChatGPT a screenshot I took with a little chart that outlines what you need to make back in terms of percentages when you have lost certain percentages. So if you lose 1%, in order to get back to that same starting point, you need to make 1.01%. So it's not a very big difference. And it stays roughly the same until you get to the 7% territory, where if you lose 7%, you need to make 7.53% to get back to even. And then it gets worse the further down the list you go. Like if you get to 15% loss, you need to make 17.65% to get back to the same starting point. So that's one of the factors that was one of the driving forces for the 4 to 5% range. And another one is over the last few years, I've noticed that generally when I enter a trade, if it dips down in the wrong direction more than 4 to 5%, it generally won't come back up in the right direction, or if it does, it'll happen way far down the road. So then if you wait for that long amount of time, all that time you're not able to take advantage of market fluctuations and make profit along the way. So I've found that it's better just to cut your losses and get back into the market and get into quality trades, and then for that amount of time you can be making profits again. Or at least that's the idea. So those are some of the main factors of the 4 to 5% rule. And again, this series is just documenting what we have found works for us. And I have a little disclaimer to read, and I'm going to put them in our videos too, or another disclaimer, a little bit more verbose in the descriptions of these videos. But this is not financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is just my personal trading journey for educational purposes. Trading is risky, and you're responsible for your own decisions. So with that being said, this is just for documentation purposes for myself and my wife to kind of have a little bit of a journal of our trading journey. And obviously we're planning on being successful and being profitable over time. We realize it's not an overnight thing at all by any means. But I think this strategy that we're working on and we're trying to develop is in the end going to be a very profitable strategy. Like we said in the last video, currently our year-to-date return is 19.05%, and it's only the 22nd of March right now. So the year-to-date performance, 19%. And that's after that big loss we had in the last trading week. At one point, we were at, on the 11th of March, we were at a 38.4% return for the year. And we're not even 3 full months into the year yet. So it obviously is producing results, and also obviously you can very quickly lose results in the market. if you're not employing a good ironclad risk management program with your trading. So that's one of the big things we need to get very set in stone in the upcoming months to be able to ensure that we can maintain our overall profitability. Uh, but yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this second installment of Jesse Day Trade. And also, I'm thinking of renaming the channel to Jesse Day Trades with an S at the end because I think that sounds better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I'll probably make the change anyway, but and probably nobody's going to be commenting on this anyway, so I'm probably just going to change it to Jesse Day Trades. So yeah, this is Jesse signing off.